Have you ever wondered what would happen if you fell into a black hole? Would it crush you into oblivion, freeze you in time? Or would it open a door to a completely different universe? These aren't just sci-fi fantasies. They're real questions, ones that physicists are still struggling to answer. Because the truth is, black holes may be the weirdest objects in the known universe. And falling into one? That might just be the strangest trip reality can offer. In this episode of Whysdom, we'll journey into the heart of one of the universe's greatest mysteries. To find out what really happens if you fall into a black hole. Consider subscribing if you love to see more. In 1915, Albert Einstein published his revolutionary theory of general relativity, a new way of understanding gravity. Instead of thinking of gravity as a force, Einstein showed it as the bending of space-time itself. One consequence of these equations? The existence of regions where space-time bends so extremely that nothing, not even light, can escape. But Einstein himself thought these were just strange solutions, not something nature would allow to exist. It took decades for that perception to change. In 1963, New Zealand mathematician Roy Kerr found an exact solution to Einstein's equations that described a rotating black hole, the kind we now believe exist all over the universe. By 1971, astronomers identified Cygnus X1, a strange X-ray source that seemed to confirm black holes were not just real. They were active, feeding, and terrifying. Why? Because the evidence became overwhelming. Black holes exist, but what happens inside them? That's where things get weird. Let's imagine it's you. You're floating near a black hole. It's huge, millions of times the mass of our sun. From a distance, it looks calm, dark, silent. But as you drift closer, things begin to change. You pass the event horizon, the point where escape becomes impossible. But strangely, you don't feel anything. There's no flash, no sudden pull, no warning. From your perspective, you simply keep falling. But anyone watching from far away would see something different. You appear to slow down, freeze, and fade. Because at the edge of the event horizon, time itself appears to stop. Welcome to the strangest distortion of reality. Inside the event horizon, space and time swap roles. You can't move away. All possible futures point inward toward the singularity. Now imagine, if the black hole is stellar mass, the gravitational pull on your feet could be 1,000 times stronger than on your head. You're pulled apart atom by atom. Stephen Hawking called this Spaghettification. And yes, it's as gruesome as it sounds. But in a supermassive black hole, things are different. Tidal forces near the event horizon are gentler. You might float through calmly, unaware you've crossed the edge, until there's no way back. And then there's the singularity, a point of infinite density and zero volume. Physics can't describe it. Our equations break down. Time, space, even cause and effect. They no longer make sense here. But what if you don't die? Some physicists believe the singularity may be a bridge, not an end. Einstein's equations allow for something else, wormholes, a theoretical tunnel through space-time. In theory, a rotating or charged black hole might create a wormhole that leads not to death, but to another universe, or a distant point in our own. Physicist Lee Smolin once proposed that every black hole might give birth to a new universe inside, like cosmic seeds. Could our universe have been born from a black hole in another cosmos? And there's more. In 2012, theoretical physicists proposed the ER equals EPR idea, suggesting that wormholes and quantum entanglement might be two sides of the same coin. that black holes could be connected in ways we're just beginning to understand. Meanwhile, Stephen Hawking changed his own mind, suggesting black holes might not destroy information, but scramble it at the edges in a kind of holographic code. So even if you fall in, part of you, your data, your quantum self, might still exist. In the end, falling into a black hole might not be an ending, but a beginning. We may never know what happens beyond that horizon, not truly, but the very fact that such places exist in our universe reminds us reality is more mysterious, more surreal, and more beautiful than we ever imagined. Maybe black holes aren't cosmic monsters. Maybe they're portals, mirrors, warnings, or invitations. So here's a thought. What if the universe is asking us to look deeper? Not just at the stars, but at what we still don't understand. If the unknown doesn't scare you but calls to you, subscribe to Whysdom. The questions are just the beginning. Curiosity starts here.